Hey guys, this is Zlewikk and welcome back to my EU5 Polish campaign, episode 3. You see, so far, the year is 1402, we expanded very historically with all these lands being ours, with plenty of subjects in play, and with Halich, because that's how we say it in Polish, it is Halich. You can learn right now how, the Polish pronunciation works. Halich is being our union with the latest stage of integration, so be able to integrate them later. And I think I'm about to get Lithuania on the union when my ruler dies. He's 64. How it plays out, we'll see. I'm really interested. We also did break the Szlachta in the latest episode. So we got Supremacy of the Crown event that gives us crown power, change policy cost, and monthly progress towards centralization, which is also one of the key values we're going towards. And it is already at 47 at centralization, which gives us more crown power and proximity cost. This way also you see our crown power in general is at 36%, and we keep increasing that, partly also by hiring in the cabinet members of the family. He is also the head of the cabinet. I was actually looking around the other creators and looks like it is a play to increase the amount of your family members, so you can actually hire them in the court. So that's one of the things that I'll be testing out in this campaign to see how it works. So we go to society, I will go to characters. Let's see if we can search for just crown characters. You can see these are all the crown characters. And we want definitely to get as many marriages as possible between people like this Albert Piast. I can marry a lowborn, that would take legitimacy and prestige, or I can just marry a noble, which take legitimacy, so it's gonna cost me money, but we have money. And the more people we have in the crown, the more we can hire them for not only the cabinet, but also the navy, also the army, to increase your crown power further. And also there's a bigger likeliness that you're gonna get some of the good stats. So we will work on that by marrying some nobles. You marry a noble. It's not that nice that they don't marry by themselves, but you marry a noble as well. We just need enough nobles to handle that. Great, I just arranged 4 marriages. Let's see long term how it's gonna work for us. And for today, we definitely have to deal with the Orthodox Zealots. They're gonna be easy peasy, and Prussian patriots don't matter. Once we deal with them, I want to declare on the governor to get access to the other sea. Let's see, my parliament is not coming anytime soon, so how about we build some spy network to create the Holy War Casus Belli. You see, I also have 12 subjects. I'm just make sure that I'm having the right opinion from them. Not so much. I'll be just steadily improving relations with the ones with the lowest opinion. Since I spent out of stability on that disaster that Poland has about Szlachta with a success, my stability is still recovering. Makes it even better when you get events to regain your legitimacy, so we'll be arranging more of marriages. That's also interesting. If I have like a really high stats woman in the dynasty, I could grant her cabinet right, which costs legitimacy, but that's good knowledge. I'm also recording this a day before the game release, so on Monday, and they released a new patch, which I think it's making the game a bit faster, but I'll need more tests to understand this. Each of the institutions that you embrace costs money and stability depending how much you have, but more importantly, it impacts the monthly research progress. 5% for each of the institutions, so say instead of 1.54, I will be getting 1.59 of the research, 1.6 every single month. I'm also steadily increasing the amount of the town locations that we have in the country, so they follow the rivers, so can nicely spread our proximity, and I will keep doing that also by building some towns also just close by to the capital, except Zlewikk. It is just a freaking mini gold mine with the salts and the bonuses to the salt production. I don't think it much matters, but I think I should build a building that you have at the start of the game. I think it's called Sergeantry. You can build in the capital. That gives you, what, 5 monthly manpower? Yeah, 5 monthly manpower, but that's rather preparation for the later stage. in this age when I can unlock the armories. Let's also request another cardinal seat in the meantime in Krakow. And I'll be looking for to start actually using the goddamn papal bulls because they're still blocked. It's the schism that is blocking that. Where is it ending? We're just talking about that, but our king died. And the King Władysław, he was pretty good, especially that we improve his stats over time. Kazimierz is not so good. I actually kind of enjoy his portrait. I feel like it was improved from the previous patch, but that might be just my feeling. We'll improve the stats over time as well. He's 34. Now, where is the Polish-Lithuanian Union event? In the meantime, our heir is unmarried. We can't really marry him to anyone in Lithuania. Well, let's do some internal integration with under Piast. Just really not in the Kiev market. Mazur is actually having more trade advantage than us. Well, how about... Mazur is our subject. How about we even go to the diplomatic actions and we divert trade from them. We just need to get a diplomat for that first. Look, let's divert trade. It might make them a bit unhappy for a while, but the relations are improving. And let's take a look. Does it update immediately? 23.66. It did not update at all. It could be a thing that because they're disloyal, I'm actually not getting that bonus. Let's fix these relations. Oh, we've got a vote on the Western Schism. See? Which is so close between Papal States and Naples. Yet to vote, I'm the only one that didn't vote. So I think we vote for the Pope to not make France too strong. Let's do that. These two guys have more support than all of this combined. Not good. You remember, to create a casus belli, you need spy network. Then click the casus belli that is available once you have spy network, like making golden ore a religious war casus belli. In this case, I have choose the target. And now the casus belli is gonna take a bit of time to be actually created. Now I have to follow up this new towns, obviously with churches, which gives me additional 5 max control in these locations, and then we follow this up with more bridges, which is more here. There are no rivers in the south. I actually have the Schlachta uprising in just 6 months. How about we change stabilizing the country into rebel crackdown? But it's not gonna take it down to 0. That should be good enough to slow down and give us time to get their loyalty to 40%, which should make the rebels not progress anymore. Hungary finally expanding into Serbia, and they're calling me in to help them out. Pope will be actually helping out Serbia. Is at least Serbia a right religion? No, they're Orthodox. Ooh, Anju Katalin, would you like to join the... Oh no, she's from the nobles. But look, you should see the stats. She has to produce a good new character in the future cabinet. As it starts working, so you have one kid, another kid, and another kid being already born from that action that I did. Now we finished doing any advances in Age of Traditions. Oh no, don't automate it. We finished doing any advances in Age of Traditions, most of them done. I also do already have 35 in the current age, and it's because obviously have one tree that was unlocked to us by default. I don't think you need anything else from it. Now, for the military one, definitely the armory would be important. That gives monthly manpower, and I can build multiple of it, and also, you know, some better unit types. We're not sure I want to focus on that. From the banking, there's obviously colonization stuff and economy stuff. Just the Panluk canal is definitely useful, and max literacy. I love these 2 bonuses. I will think about getting the Grosz Krakowski first, which is tax efficiency. Let's see if we have something in the Renaissance institution. Yeah, this will be important, but I don't have it unlocked yet. So how about we go for the Grosz Krakowski? We don't need the trade stuff yet. It's not. I don't have much control there yet. And these two are also more. Yeah, let's actually go for this two: max literacy and Panlock Canal. But also rack paper, bureaucracy counting house. The mercenary bonuses are not needed. And then we'll focus on armory. We'll need also gunsmith to actually have right production to have the armories. Reinforcements with recruitment law is important. Plated knights. And then of course some unit types that will be of use, as well as artillery. In early on, artillery is the most important because the standing army is not that good in that age, but it helps you siege faster if you have the artillery built. You also see these guys already not progressing, which is thanks to their increased loyalty combined with the fact that I'm using the cabinet action. Oh, and King Władysław, that actually just died. Just got by Rafael Nadal proclaimed the saint. Sure, I love it. We are the 100 legitimacy again, so how about we do more marriages for our family? So I can also even do some additional filters here, like, oh, I want to only non-married. I want only males. And I need adults. No one available yet. Got Casus Belli on Golden North, but there's some issues with clergy. Let's see if we can get some good Casus Belli from the parliament. Oh, none of this is actually useful. I mean, noble satisfaction is definitely useful because these guys wanted to rebel. But let's see. I want to go towards belligerent. Please, let's create a Casus Belli on Teutonic Order. And of course, I will need first of all access from Lithuania. Yeah, let's handle Livonia. It looks like I'm not gonna get that event, so I'm gonna just fully next Teutonic Order to take over their subject. And just after that, we'll go for the Golden North War. In the meantime, I think I finished conversion here pretty much as it was. I mean, it's all above 50%. Let's just switch these guys from converting to do something more useful, like, for example, developing, not even Kraków, because we're moving capital to Warszawa. So we should probably start developing these guys already. 27 development here. Kraków is at 31, so that's not that much of a difference. So let's declare on these guys. Nobody's gonna help. They like us. We have to destroy the relations and kill them. Of course, I'm gonna destroy it with insult. You see, there's just no spirit in comfort, no more insult in the game now. I'm just gonna send that insult to get it up below 100. Ideally, get it below 50, so we don't get any stab hit. That's a different weird change, right? But I think if we embargo them, that's gonna be another 25. A hunting accident just happens to our heir. That's not nice. Who is our new heir now? Is he trash? He's actually still doing education. Why is it not expensive education? If it means I have to take loans, I take loans to make it expensive. Gościwuj mściwuj. He would be great for developing Warszawa. I do use someone from our dynasty. Man, this guy's 100. I'm gonna use him. Anyway, now I should be able to declare without stab cost. And that should be a quick, easy, and pleasant war. I don't probably even need all of my levies. I just raise that one stack in Kraków. And see, I've rushed straight back to the capital, as I need to take this location to take over the subjects. Just not sure if 5,000 will be actually enough to rush it down. That is just a few lives. Okay, that was absolutely worth it. Now we'll just have to take the war goal first. To take anything else, something like that. That's actually not that much of antagonists. We should be fine. Since I'm far away from my homeland and the Occupy province next by, these guys are actually getting attrition. Yeah, so they're getting heavily attrition. 6%. See, plus 500% because of the lack of food. Are getting food in Lithuania. Do we have access to food from them? I think that might be a solution. Purchase, request food access. Okay, that fixes it. How about we do 2 sieges at the same time then? Got a pretty nice Utrecht in the meantime, and I was telling you last episode England was doing fine, no longer. Württemberg is also very sizable. I am really happy to see this. Guys, looks like Lithuania also declared on them. So it was a good moment to strike because I can take everything for myself. Technically, that should follow the next. Let's take a look. Yes, that certainly worked. Now these guys are my subject and I can release yet another subject here once I'm out of war. But this is gonna take time. Let's just first let's ban this levies and this levies. Since I don't know when Hungary ends, I'm just gonna declare on the Golden Horde in the meantime. So we continue our expansion. And is Halych in that war? That's interesting because Halych is technically the subject. So I'm breaking the game a bit unless they actually cancel it. But let me just go ahead and recruit my levies and kick their ass. Again, great feature. I showed you that in my beginner's guide. When you right click on another unit, you see your unit will be having a military objective to join it. Even if I start moving with this unit, these guys will be still following it. Actually, guys, I think the game is slower on this patch, not faster. There goes tax efficiency. So we got it up to 25%, and that should allow us to keep making more and more money. So what I'll try doing, since I have superior quantity of army, both of these guys, I'm gonna not do a carpet siege, it's still too risky. I'm gonna do focus siege, and since I click control, we're doing it province by province. You focus siege on that. And you guys focus siege on that. That should be just perfect. Now you see these two guys will be following locations that give me the best progress of the sieges. And in the meantime, I got an event for Zawisza the Black, Zawisza Czarny in Polish, which is a well-known character. His stats is pretty good in the military, as you see, and he's also calm. That would give me aristocracy bonus. Alternatively, I can just not be interested, but I am totally interested. So you see, these two stacks, I'm having fun. My hands are here. So just working. This kind of automations are especially great when you have a military advantage, so you don't have to micromanage to avoid battles. I'm just investing into some profitable buildings just to make sure that I increase my base tax, increase the amount of the taxation, and just earn more money. Am I able to even build any city back at home? And locations with 30k population. This guy's doing a great job having high population. Might use that when I annex them. Let's see, for now I don't have any 30k population outside of Krakow. So this is weird because it is an event about Latin language being used, but you see my common language is Polish. Liturgical language is Latin, which has a pretty big power, 95. About Polish, it's only 2. I want to keep it. This would change my card language, which is over here. And you see, it gives me these two things, clergy satisfaction and institution growth, and also noble satisfaction. I could switch it to Polish, but what would it give me? I don't know. I would also lose this cultural influence from the card language policy. Could change the common language, cultural tradition, cultural influence. I actually need influence more than tradition. or I would just not change anything, and that's what I'm gonna actually do, not change anything. Before I click this, because it gives legitimacy, can we get some new marriages? Of course we can, but there's no nobles available. How about we just marry a loneborn then? So you also are aware of the scale. Right now the Piast dynasty is having 115 living members, and 222 is the total amount of the members historically of that dynasty. We also even have something like dynastic power. I have not seen that before. I don't know why, that's probably a bug, but I can see Vertebral Rebellion situation even though I don't see China. It's annoying, but Halych, they're not my direct subject, they're like a union. So actually I cannot request them to give me occupation of it. I could give occupation myself. You see there's transfer occupation. There's no option for them. Why I'm killing Golden Horde? You see they're getting ganked by the others as well. I'm gonna take 64 locations from the Golden Horde. Going towards the sea. I'll take this as well, if not Halych actually occupying it. Okay guys, let's be clear. I know that many of you don't understand. I know that it is said Halych, but I love saying Halych, just so you guys get upset, okay? Let's be clear about that. Let me piece out Golden Horde. And now we have, love these borders. We have an important job. We have an important job of releasing subjects everywhere here, but also here at that location in Germany. I want to see what will happen if I only make one province minors everywhere here, if I have enough diplomatic capacity, and how much of a value this are gonna be for me. Because I think in general it is worth to create one province minor subjects if you know that you will not like ever, like in any time soon, hundreds of years, if you're not gonna plan to annex them. Because annexation of each of nation is gonna reduce their relations, so at one point it will be impossible for you to get high enough relations to actually annex them. But since I want to, you know, focus on my mainland for how I control my own ownership, I can create the subjects here. Actually, it's gonna be even more interesting if I change the setting and use the blended color instead of mine, so I have like a better understanding like how many subjects I'm actually having. But I do honestly prefer than to use my own color. This is much cleaner. Could I start annexing Halych now? Why I can't do that? I have the max centralization law. Are you still considered someone's subject? You're still considered subject of Golden Horde. I couldn't break them being a subject in that war. Well, we'll try next time. How about we grab some burgers, trade efficiency, and I will anyway focus land, please. I would like to get a new claim to clear the borders here. So how about we go ahead and do that immediately. Now with this updated, you see we are above our diplomatic capacity of all the subjects created, but I can spend more here. I can even spend max, and that should be totally fine with my economy. This should be booming soon. I think it worked. Now that I made that subject loyal that I was diverting trade from, the trade advantages are in my hands. We need to get more trade capacity for sure now to leverage it. Now is finally Golden Horde breaking thanks to us. Nogai got released. I'll definitely make a new claim in the meantime. Just look at that lovely base tax. We are scaling, and we're scaling fast with this setup. What I don't like is if we go here, I think it's here, the players map mode. It shows you subjects, yes, but with the strikers, so it doesn't look as good as in the EU4. King of Hungary does not have a wife. So how about my daughter goes to the court to make some good work? Since I produce so much in Krakow, just look how much of surplus of how many goods I have. I'm heavily investing into marketplaces, so I can actually sell these goods and earn even more trade money. Everyone wants amber and everyone wants salt, so this is definitely the base of what I'm selling. And look at Bohemia, I'm just wondering if there's any moment I could beat them. They already have regular army already, 4,000 of it, And they have 22,000 possible levies. I have 16,000. I can't beat them. But I'll at one point want to do that to reclaim Silesia. I think I want to annex Łęczyca. As told, they have plenty of population here, so that's a good material to create cities. That is gonna be extremely fast. Less than 2 years, because we are so much bigger and our culture is dominant. Panlog Canal that we just unlocked. See, it has another 5% proximity cost we can get. We just don't have any locations in Kiev, but we have 2 locations in Krakow. I think this is only available for cities. So obviously we'll be getting more over time. It's kind of useless on both locations now, but I just get it anyway. Trade is not only about making money from selling goods, it is also increasing prices of your goods in the market. So the buildings actually producing the specific goods will be more profitable. And I think that's also one of the reasons why my base tax increased recently. You see, I'm already making more money from trade than I'm making from any taxation from any of the states. The fall of the Golden Horde, I was counting on that. And usually the borders are not so bad from that fall. You see Crimea, looks like EU4 Crimea. We've got Astrakhan, we've got Nogai, and this is Astrakhan subject, Serdoba, and that is Lower Don. But that also means the Siberia was working to create a Golden Horde. It's not gonna be needed anymore. Let's build spy network on Crimea instead. For annexation of these guys, I will immediately... Let's look. Yeah, there are no rivers. That's a problem. But I definitely want to make Łódź into, first of all, a town, but then also a city. Łódź will be a city before Warsaw. The amount of money that I'm making, I think it's time to build some fort system at last. It's not like it costs a lot. But we gotta build some, like one here. One here, more in the country here, etc. Actually, I restarted the game and it got so much faster than it was a second ago. That might be a tip for you guys as well. If your game slows down too much, sometimes just a simple restart might speed it up. That's the worst part. You see, I need 190 relations with the Union to start annexing them, but you can only improve relations by 110. And I don't know how they're still able to actually rival Lithuania and Hungary, so both of our allies, impacting the relationship quite a lot. There will be many nations losing fast. We also have to action fast. Crimea is gonna be the religious war I'm already creating. There's a second Crimea here. Is it to war with someone? No. But for that second Crimea, let me call a parliament. Oh, Castle of Castles. We need to do the parliament. To go and attack them. And could I just attack them, make our subjects be aggressive, and just sit back and see what happens? And I think of our actions here, the vassals form is gonna handle that. I'm slowly coming to the limit of how much I can actually give lands to my subjects. If I want to keep the alliance with Hungary. Where's my alliance with Lithuania? How did they even lose it? That will make me over the relations limit. But I think it's also time to cancel the alliance with Hungary. Because I only want to keep my lands. I want an event for Lithuania Union. But Hungary, it's fine. If I deal with Bohemia, I have to do it myself to show power. Ryazan just declared war on us. You will face the power of the Commonwealth. But take Kielec. I think they thought that our subject is not gonna be protected. That's very stupid from AI. And again, I'm just gonna sit back and let my AIs handle it. I need to get it to 150 because being at war, fighting together gives plus 20. I also entered defensive league. For some reason I was able to do that. So see, we are going towards whatever is needed. And also for the market preference, And with this, it's gonna be 190. So now once I get a diplomat, annexation should be possible. But might be not the best control I'll be having here, but I really want the borders to look more historical. And that's gonna work. That annexation should be slow. 37 years. I definitely need more cultural influence. But I think I need to now keep just 150 of relations with them to continue that annexation. So I should be able to lift that market preference. In the meantime, bureaucracy. I could go for another centralization, like I misclicked in episode 1. Obviously, it's gonna be this one for the road building time, even more centralization as well. By the way, this UI is lying. It says +5. That's the increase, but there's also decay that it doesn't mention. So see, there's a calculation between the increase and decay. So in fact, I'm getting like 0.4 a month. From Riazan, I want to force them to be Catholic, which might not be actually the best idea AE-wise. But I want to force them Catholic, and I'm gonna cancel the treaties with the other guys here and take war reparations. Now we can immediately go ahead and declare on Crimea. And here again, as I get the diplomats, again I'm just gonna let the subjects handle that. By the way, the Fugors just got created. See, my efforts are already paying off. When I look at the crown characters available for the cabinet, there's already plenty of them to choose from. I just need to aim for getting a bit better stats than silver. Zbigniew Oleśnicki, that is so nice. So you know, when the Jagiellons were taking over the throne, and to be exact, Kazimierz, and there was interregnum, you know, between King Władysław and Kazimierz, Zbigniew Oleśnicki was a goddamn important figure at that time. He was a cardinal that was pretty much was in conflict with the King Kazimierz. One of the reasons why he wasn't crowned as quickly as he would like to. I absolutely love that. I want him to join. I think also that Renaissance is gonna be extremely important, because in Renaissance, yeah, there'll be additional cabinet seat and guarantee form to be taken. These two are so important. I might actually, as well as this, annexation cost and building cost, I might actually cancel big chunk of our current queue. I think everything in the military actually I'm gonna cancel for now, and we focus on the administrative stuff. There's so much important stuff like crown power, chancellor max level, and chancellor gives efficiency of the cabinet, the cultural staff, rights of the nobles, law, culture's capacity, power projection, disease resistance. This will be more important than the army for now. Let's make Łódź our third city. And of course I'll be waiting for more locations with 30k people. Warsaw, Warszawa, you're next. Canting house is something I will spam a bit. It can be built in cities and towns. That gives local crown power. So definitely, since I have plenty of money, before even turning Warsaw into a city, we can spam a bit of it. It is also expensive. 300 ducats. Yeah, that's very expensive. Base cost is 400. I just, of course, have cheap glass, which helps. We need more masonry maybe first. So, let's piece out Crimea. Polska od morza do morza, as promised. It doesn't look that bad even. I of course have to get Lithuania on that union. If it doesn't happen in the next 40 years, I'm just gonna conquer them, which is fine. And I have diplomatic capacity for 2 subjects here, which I'm gonna create now. But then later I'll be able to do more. It is fine. I'm gonna unlock a bit more of diplo capacity. Could even start annexing Płock once I get the relations higher. I actually didn't even look at the AE for this peace deal, but that made Astrakhan join the coalition. Nobody else cares. Honestly, guys, I think the subjects, they were even much more powerful before. But they're still too powerful. They definitely need a nerf. But it's an interesting type of the gameplay, having this homeland. You see also now some forts, where I'm focusing building up, getting higher proximity, higher control, while the lands that I'm conquering in the meantime are all in the hands of subjects. Oh, Bohemia and Hungary are at war. Hey, I was supposed to attack them. It is a defensive war to make it even more interesting. The Bohemia that declared. I think just my subjects might not be enough this time. 36,000. Let's get our levies ready to fight. It's really good that I've built the forts. It's really good. In the meantime, I've lost 30 of income because I'm not trading with Bohemia. Bonifacy Chodkiewicz, you don't have too good of an admin skill, which helps with siege and frontage. But the other two skills, I'm gonna leverage that. And I have a choice. Should I go and help Hungary? I don't think so. I'm gonna focus on sieging Silesia, so maybe I'm actually gonna receive something in that war. But I doubt I will. I assume I have to have a high power contribution for that. Army stats wise, we've got more morale than Bohemia, but not much more. And slightly lower discipline. So that's fine. Obviously here I'm gonna simply win it easily with the quantity difference. He has actually so much artillery. Look, the bombardment phase, they're gonna kill me like 10 units. It's gonna be much stronger in late game. There'll be thousands, tens of thousands of troops dying actually, potentially from a bombardment phase. But yeah, you'll see you've got in that battle rolls. Is also the terrain modifiers. It's just -2. This is actually quite hurting us, and we are losing more troops than this. But simply by quantity, we're gonna win it. They're running away to the location next by. Let's go and help. This time, I think I'm gonna kill much more. Yeah, pretty much the whole army got killed. Have to be cautious of this 17k though. How about we come together? I come in here and I feel like I'm gonna lose it. Let's just make sure to consolidate. That's all of my levies that I'm having here. Actually, these guys could help. My subjects are having the focus set on aggressive. I'm gonna keep that way. If I'm gonna see I'm losing it hard, I'll just run away ASAP. Yeah, I'm losing it hard. It's 2-1 losses. What I'm getting. Can just run away. To not get more. Let's see what we can do if they siege us down. And I am the one defending. Things should look much better. Yeah, it is close now. But... and they are even taking more damage. Yeah, if we speed this up... they're taking more damage. And more troops running away. But yet my morale is so much lower than theirs. Yes, in the end we actually lost that battle. Well, how about we allow some AIs to attach and try again with the AI supporting us. Or you know what? No. You guys continue sieging. Be aggressive. Because look, the carpet siege is ongoing. They can do nothing about it. Now I have some attachments. Unfortunately, they have low morale, but I think we should be winning it. Yeah. See, this guys with low morale, they just run away quickly. So they did absolutely nothing in that battle. And we're gonna lose it because we lost the flank. But in the meantime, the allies are sieging them, and my war participation keeps increasing, thanks to me just doing the battles. Yeah, we've won now, and they are down to just 14,000 troops. Oh, because they've rushed the fort when they're running away, I could attack them immediately. I think I've just blocked them from going anywhere. Did we? Yeah, they're gonna come back here. Well, let them recover morale so they can actually do damage. They also getting attrition as hell because they don't have food. I'm gonna kill them completely over time. Could I separate piece this war? I have war score. It's gonna be hard to get much. You see the cost. And the AE it comes with. Some locations around Krakow. This would be great. I think I can do this. Especially that I told you that I don't care about alliance with Hungary long term. If you're thinking this war is easy, I already lost half of my levies. Over 8,000 of them. And these guys brought even more. They rebuilt their army, which actually increased their war enthusiasm. And we are much closer now in the quantity of the armies. This is where I'm gonna peace out. Let's do it like that. Told you, locations close to Krakow, so I can spread the control nicely. And we don't care about Hungary. It should be a good starter as it's not that much AE. It's gonna drop down in the iterary over time now. Like this guy's got how much, for example? 7, yeah. Not worth a few years. Since I brought the price of masonry to 0.8, funding a city in wars is actually much cheaper. I don't even see how much. 1.2 thousand, so you've decreased it by 250 compared to what you have, and it's almost half of the default price of 2000. That's gonna be our city number 4. Possible guarantee form is so important because I want to take additional diplomatic capacity from here. The issue is I want to go towards belligerent though. The war score cost and AE impact, and this takes us towards conciliatory. I think if it stays at 0, it's fine. Important thing is that it doesn't go more towards conciliatory, and diplomatic capacity is definitely gonna be helpful for the subject. Since I'm making a decent amount of money, I think I can also start simply building roads to all locations in the southern and central Poland, and I can make it faster with this. That's also progress towards centralization that we're looking for so much. Is it the moment I can arrange a royal marriage between our king and Lithuania? She's my niece. That's not gonna work. Plus she's not really anyone important on the court, like she's not that important. Yeah, we also finally got the 3rd cabinet seat. Not sure yet what I'm gonna do. I think I have some integration to be done, yes. And definitely again, let's use someone from Crown. See, I'm slowly developing some project damn good guys already. Coronal Regni Polonais, parliament-based support, for sure useful, but more importantly, another diplomatic annexation cost. So, the annexation is gonna speed up, but it shows later now because I am annexing Płock to unite some borders here. Look at that, I'm nicely spreading my proximity now with the new roads constructed. Just recording it a few hours before the release of the game, and some first mods in the workshop are available. You see, I changed the color of the sea and in turn the color on the maps. Look how much better the game looks already. I also had a chance to find out what are the trigger modifiers to get the event for the union between Poland and Lithuania. Well, it is between 1370 and 1500. That's where we are. And then there have to be ruler or heir on both sides that do not have a marriage. That's, for example, my ruler. See, he's unmarried. It would be ideal if this lady's husband also dies, which is likely. But the final modifiers is Teutonic Order exists, which doesn't make any sense because before 1370 you can easily kill the Teutonic Order. Which means, guys, for our campaign here, as I'm not gonna reload to before I ate Teutonic Order, I'll be eating Lithuania manually. I will have to break that alliance and just get the lands myself. I think that I'm the only ally. Yeah, so it should not be a big of a problem. One good news from the fact that I'll be breaking that alliance is that we will have more of diplomatic capacity. So there will be space for creating new subjects from the conquest here. Lands from Lithuania I will be taking for myself. A very useful build that helps with the trade. are the trade offices. You can build it outside of your country, so it's external building that you will, and this is gonna give you trade advantage and trade capacity. So that is something very powerful to more efficiently trade with the markets outside of your own. The next parliament, I'll use it to go and take care of Lower Don. It might make the Boers a bit too aggressive. We're fine. For Podolia, I am just gonna do it via the religious forecast as well. Will not stopping to expand. You see, I'm already earning 45 ducats a month from diplomacy. I'm not recruiting any LVs myself. There's no need to waste my population when you have so many subjects. And so altogether they have 26,000 troops. So more than myself. Myself, I would have 22,000. I don't need to take everything. So just all this turns is gonna be good enough for me. And again, probably another 2 subjects will be created here. Follow the improvements of our proximity and control. This is just a subject I just annexed. And obviously getting more and more buildings. Our base tax is ready for 142. It is skyrocketing. I'll use it to build new cities. If I go to the population map mode, you see we can make Łęczyca a city. And also Sumpłock once I get money. You can also see on the map here, like the roads actually start appearing on the UI. Should be more visible once we get out of winter. Yeah, see, the road system is finally in Poland, and I will spread to the rest of the country. Oh, the German settlers. We cannot find more people willing to migrate. So the province is gonna be actually taken down. But that means also higher taxation for the peasants. It is actually not gonna impact it that much, because I would need to have their loyalty higher. But I could give them a new privilege to increase their satisfaction equilibrium, to increase how much I can tax. But honestly, all these privileges are shit. I'm not gonna take any. See, we are improving the speed of annexation of Halich. It's gonna now end in 1454, so just 22 years from now. And we scaled so nicely that even without becoming an empire, which is usually needed to be a great power because it gives so much score, as a kingdom, I just become a great power number 9. Obviously, there are no hegemons yet. They'll be unlocked actually in a few years. But you see now, as a great power, I'm getting all of these modifiers. It's not too much for now because I'm the last one, number 9. But all of these are useful, especially the diplomatic capacity. Wait, what? What? We're with Hungary, but that's a weird one. Because it is our subject, personal union, Halich, actually declaring that war. And they're a world leader. I mean, do you really want me to participate? How many troops Hungary is gonna... All of our trades with Hungary just got killed. We'll have to rebuild them after the war. 11,000 troops from Hungary, that's not that much. You guys handle it. I can just sit and watch. I can't even piece out myself this war. In the meantime, Rise of the Nobles. We could choose, definitely not blocking them from the cabinet. Well, we could give them some more power, tax them more thanks to higher loyalty, and just pay less for the fortifications. Should be fine. I actually have plenty of forts, as I remember that I've built. The Catholic Church united again, at last. At last. Now I can go to the Papal Bulls, and I can do a vote on one of these bonuses. Why is it such a terrible UI? I'm hovering and it's not showing me the ones. I have to hover here, then I have to hover here, then I have to hover here. Why? Why? Okay, I think it was this bonus that I was looking for the AE impact. No, see, it's not, or this one. No, we have to just, unless they nerfed it, because there used to be a bonus for 20% Agus expansion impact over here. Yeah, it is still there, so OP. Let's vote for this, please. Because the UIs are so ununited, they keep losing far more troops versus one united army of Hungary. But, on the other hand, they can carpet siege, and since Hungary doesn't have enough forts, that's terrible for them. I'm really thinking about separate piecing that. Like some lands here. And see, they would accept. but that would kill Halich, so I'll just let them peace out. New king, the previous one dies at 60. This one also looks not bad. His stats are worse, but again, I'll be trying to improve it over time. And heirs are married. I could try marrying him to someone in Lithuania. These are cousins. Can I even... I can marry cousin, okay. She's just a courtier, so at the end it doesn't matter. I'm not good at even because Teutonic Order doesn't exist. And look, this is what I've been telling you. This how many already have crown characters available. And our dynasty has how many members? Exactly. 129 and 276 in total, because obviously some of them die in the meantime. Oh, hello there, Jan Długosz. That's an artist, historically chronicle. Very important one for Poland. By all means, we will aid him. There we go, Age of Discovery just ended. First of all, modifiers, you see the control impact on war score is reduced by 40%. The army size expectancy is higher, the antagonists from religion is 15%, levies are nerfed, and wars come from battle list. Now, for the focuses, let's take a look at each. This one looks pretty good to get more cores, also spirit of integration, trade capacity. This outputs, that looks great. Diplo is surely more focused on the colonization. Let's see if there's gonna be anything for expansion in here. Just exploration because it's belly. Well, I don't plan to go colonialize Poland. And here, from what you remember, we antagonist, but there should be also bonuses to siege ability for defense from my memory. Combat speed, maybe that's not the H. Admiral, yeah, I'm going admin focus for sure. And are we any of the hegemons? Are we close to be any of the hegemons? Money-wise, not even close to Delhi. Navy, I'm not having any navy here. I don't have any standing army yet. Diplomatic reputation, actually not so far away, but we are still third. Here probably you have the highest chance of becoming the hegemon, the culture one. We need to keep building more libraries, but for that we need more cities and towns. To also unlock the university building. That's gonna help. Seriously, Halich is about to not have enough wars to even peace out this war, because they're losing all the battles, even though they fully occupied Hungary. And they're sticking war score. That ticking war score is gonna take them below 10% if they don't peace out anytime now. They peaced out. And actually they took a lot. A lot. All of this trains for them, all of this for myself. I didn't ask for it. Was the antagonist? Actually nobody cares. So that's actually fine. Let me just make sure that for a hero code for myself, it's too close to the capital to give it to subjects. I'm gonna have nice control even though there are mountains. Here at the range I took from Podolia, I will release new subjects. Anyway, here's where I'm gonna finish. You see, so far so good. All of this turning myself. My union as well, which is being annexed. Obviously now it's slowed down that they almost doubled the amount of the trains. And since I cannot get a union on Lithuania, I will be eating them for the next episode. For today, thanks for watching. Let me know how you're enjoying this campaign so far by liking it. And obviously subscribe to the channel to get notified about the next episodes. Bye!